Two of the most popular suburbs in Omaha are Papillion and Gretna. Both offer highly rated schools, newer housing, family-friendly neighborhoods, and easy access to all of the Omaha metro. But once you actually start living there, they feel pretty different. In this video, we're going to compare the two suburbs side by side and talk about the pros and cons of living in each. My name is Morgan Putnam. I'm an Omaha realtor. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for stopping by the Omaha Insider YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you're always the first to know what's going on in Omaha. You can also download my free Omaha neighborhood guide on my website, heymorganputnam.com, and that will help direct you to the right neighborhood for your needs. First, we're going to discuss real estate and housing. The average sold price for a house in Papillion is $472,000. And in the last year, the most expensive home that sold was $1.5 million, and the most affordable home that sold was $150,000. In Papillion, it's an average of 37 days on market from when you get listed to when you go under contract. So houses are moving pretty quickly. So in Papillion, you can still get new construction. They are still actively building, both like spec home builders and custom home builders. So you can build whatever you want in Papillion. There are some traditional size lots like around that quarter acre, slightly smaller, but then you can also find the occasional estate lot if you are wanting a large home or a large home with a pool, maybe an ADU or a cabana or something like that in your backyard. There are options like that in Papillion. The average price for a home in the Omaha metro is $360,000. So Papillion, if we just single out Papillion, it is quite a bit more expensive than the Omaha metro as a whole, but it has that very suburban feel that people sometimes want while still maintaining a pretty quick drive into the Omaha metro. In Gretna, the average price for a home in the last year was $477,000, and the most expensive home that sold was just below $2.3 million, and the most affordable home that sold was $246,000. The average days on market in Gretna is 63, so that's not quite double Papillion, but pretty close, and that is because a lot of the homes that sell in Gretna are new construction, and new construction just always has a longer days on market than existing homes, and Gretna is just very much so dominated by new construction because there's so much building going on in Gretna. Both in Papillion and Gretna, there are some smaller areas that have more affordable homes that are kind of the original Gretna, the original Papillion. Papillion has a cute little downtown area, and so those lower price point homes are the ones that are closer to that little downtown area that were maybe being built in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Overwhelmingly, there are newer homes in both of these communities, and so that is what drives up the price for the houses. Though both these suburbs are definitely newer suburbs, Papillion is going to have a more established feel than Gretna. Gretna is just very much so dominated by new construction right now, and by like a luxury new construction market. There are a lot of very expensive homes that are being built in Gretna. It's not to say that you can't get that luxury, very lovely, brand new construction home in Papillion, because you absolutely can. We're seeing a lot of activity happening in Gretna right now around luxury new construction. And so that is what's driving up the higher costs, the higher days on market, and what some people are really gravitating towards with Gretna if they're wanting that large home with maybe that acreage type of lot. So now talking just briefly about schools. So in Papillion is combined with La Vista. So it's Papillion La Vista schools. And Papillion has two high schools. And Gretna also has two high schools, two public high schools. So there are different private school options in both of these towns. But we're just looking at public schools here. And people tend to be big fans of both of these school districts. Something to think about with Gretna is that you can be in Gretna but be in Elkhorn schools, and sometimes there's a couple of little areas in Papillion that have the same situation going on with Bellevue, where you might have a Papillion address but you're in Bellevue schools, or you might have a Bellevue address but then you're in Papillion schools. And so it's important to always just, if that is a huge important thing for you, that you're in a very specific school district, you always want to call the district, double check, triple check before you make that purchase of your home or your lot that you're going to build on, just so you know that you're in the school district that you want to be in. If you need to get to downtown or midtown Omaha for work, then Papillion is definitely going to be the most logical choice. It's going to be a lot shorter commute. It's just a lot closer. Gretna, though, if you are maybe a split household with one person working in Omaha, one person working in Lincoln, Gretna is not a horrible choice. The commute to Lincoln is obviously going to be decently long, but it is absolutely doable, and there are a lot of people that will commute from Gretna into Lincoln every single day for work. Papillion, again, is just going to feel way closer to the Omaha Metro in general, so it's closer to the airport, it's closer to really all of the main things that Omaha as a whole has to offer. And so if that is important, Papillion is going to be the more logical choice for you. Papillion is going to have a little bit more of an established community feel. The two high schools have been around for a really long time, where Gretna is in this phase where it's really expanding and growing and kind of trying to find its footing. And so if you're looking for like a very much so community feel, I think Papillion would probably be a little bit of a better fit just because it has that very established community and the schools are very established, where Gretna is just kind of blowing up in a good way. There's a ton of development happening there. And so they're still kind of trying to find their footing. And with that being said, though, that does not mean that Gretna is in any sort of like crisis at all. It's just there's so much expansion, so much growth because people love it so much. And so it's trying to figure out, like, it has these older homes in this smaller area, but then it has all of these huge luxury amazing homes being built right now, and so it's trying to kind of find its identity. Papillion has some really established shopping areas. It has Werner Park, it has Papio Aquatic Center. There is just a lot happening in Papillion that is very established. It's not necessarily like being built out, where Gretna has like the anchor of Nebraska Crossing, which is a big outlet mall. But there are just constantly new things being added to Gretna, and like there's a new huge Hy-Vee, and there's a ton of development happening in Gretna. And so we'll see kind of what new things emerge, what new like different community areas emerge, where Papillions is just a little bit more established. If you're trying to decide between Papillion and Gretna, there's really not a wrong choice. Both are amazing areas, amazing neighborhoods with schools that people absolutely love. And so you're going to be in good hands no matter which direction you head in. And both of them have a pretty similar tax levy. It's pretty high. Because a lot of the homes are in sanitary improvement districts, which are in those newer developments that in the sanitary improvement district is what funds all of the infrastructure for those new developments. And so the tax levy is pretty high. So that's kind of a bit of a wash. And so it's not like one place is going to be much more affordable than the other. Both, obviously, the average price point for a house is pretty similar. So it's just going to feel pretty similar overall as far as like the cost of living. And so it's more so just trying to figure out how important it is for you to be close to the metro, or if it's more important for you to have a little bit more of like the suburban removed feel that Gretna has to offer. If you're thinking about moving to Omaha and aren't exactly sure where you want to land and what neighborhood is right for you, reach out at any time. I'm here to help you navigate that move. My name is Morgan Putnam. I'm an Omaha realtor, and my phone number is 402-720-9886, and my email is morgan@heymorganputnam.com. And again, you can snag that free neighborhood guide at heymorganputnam.com.